Yeah. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 22 of the Evergreen Pod.
We ready, man.
Happy holidays.
Enjoy yourself.
To you and yours. Introducing our co-host tonight. We got Doug. What's going on, man?
What's going on, bro? Everything good?
Everything good.
That's good, man.
Everything great.
Yeah.
Everything great. Everybody getting paid. Everybody getting paid.
That's good.
We got Will. Big Will. What's going on?
Man, I'm ready, man. I'm excited, man. You're hosting now, huh?
Well, shoot, somebody got to do it.
Somebody got to do it.
Hey, man.
Apparently we just taking unplanned vacations around here.
Oh man.
Family retreats, big dinners.
I do usually I feel like a presence like sitting next to me, but tonight, right now, it feels kind of empty right now.
You good? Are you looking for that?
I'm waiting for that presence to come.
Oh, it's coming.
No, because when it comes, it's over with. It's over with.
We try to keep the show until an hour.
We're gonna keep it an hour.
All right.
Oh, well, we keeping it tight tonight.
We're gonna keep it tight tonight.
So let's get through this. We got our super producer Swag.
Yeah.
Swag in the building.
Swag.
What up?
And he got a mic.
And he got a mic tonight.
And he got a mic.
And he got a mic, man. We've been missing him, but he back. So what we got going on in the world of sports? What's Evergreen? What we talking about tonight, man?
I'm tired of the transfer portal.
Oh, man. Why? What's up? What's going on?
I'm not all right. When I say I'm tired of the transfer portal, I'm not tired of how I'm not tired of the reason it was created. Like I love the fact that you can choose and go to another school, but now I feel like it's getting out of hand in the sense where it's creating bad habits as far as the individual players go. If something doesn't go your way or you don't like it, the first thing that you do is I'm leaving.
Yeah.
It's getting to the point where these guys are transferring while they sitting in kinesiology class. You know what I mean? And like, I guess the argument is going to say, well, coaches do it. Well, the coaches usually do it after the season. I have no problem with them transferring. But the stat that you sent today, Dante, about over 1,200 of them are in the transfer portal. Now, all 1,200, and I think what they have to realize too is it's a possibility that even at the other school, you may not play either.
Yeah.
And I think it needs to be some stipulations. I think what I would do is once you have spring ball, and after the spring, you feel like this is not the place for me,
then leave.
I can leave. Okay. Training camp gets here. You go through training camp. And you feel like this is not the place for me, leave. Because you still have like 2 to 3 weeks till the season starts.
Right.
But when the season starts,
Can't go in the portal.
Yeah.
leave it on. And now when the season's over with, you can do it.
Yeah.
When the season's over with.
But what is the stipulations on the season wise? Let's go there first. Is the season after the regular season or is the season after the bowl game?
I would say after the regular season.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just because if you are looking for another school, at least it gives you time.
Okay.
But I mean, transferring after week 3,
That's opting out.
yeah,
You just opting out.
That's not a transfer portal, because
so players can like transfer in like week 4, and play for somebody else in week 6.
No. It can't play for nobody else to the next season, but you can go to that school.
Right.
Okay.
Like it's to the point where, and like I know we I think when we do this podcast, we talk about things beyond sports. And so with this whole notion, obviously the NCAA created this monster because they should have, it just kind of hit them all at one time. They really weren't planning for this. But it's creating bad habits in the sense where when these guys are done playing and they have to step in the real world, real life stuff. And look, I don't mind you in real life taking a job that you want or agreeing to terms or having a certain salary that you want. But sometimes in life, it doesn't work like that. Like we all been in a position where we had to do certain things to get to where we wanted to get to. And overall, I just think it's creating bad habits for the student athletes.
I think with the transfer portal, I like it and I dislike it at the same time. What I do like about it is you end up with players who are deep on the depth chart can go somewhere else to either a lower school or a school that don't have that same position, and they can start immediately or compete for that spot. Because if you fourth on the depth chart at, let's say, Ohio State, you probably can start at Auburn if they weak at that cornerback spot. Joe Burrow did the same thing. He didn't win a job at Ohio State. Right. That doesn't mean he wasn't the Heisman worthy quarterback. He just had to get in the right situation. But you also got some kids who are transferring, like you said, and are getting stuck in that portal. My question is, why don't they talk to other coaches before they jump in the portal?
I don't think they're doing that.
Like that's what I'm saying. It's not illegal. There's no rule against that.
It's not illegal at all. You can contact other players on the team. You can contact the strength conditioning coach on that team. You can contact administration.
I thought they was doing that.
Nah, they're not doing it. That's why they're getting stuck in the portal. Well, so it's like they really it's really like that Dr. Pepper commercial.
Who what group of people are like who like quote unquote manages the portal?
Nobody.
Nobody. Hey, like this person available in the portal. Do you
nobody. All they do is they send the information into the NCAA website, and then but the NCAA don't monitor it though.
They don't like promote it.
They just put your name in there.
Dang.
See, name and phone number. I think it is.
I think one of the
name, phone number, and email
and shirt size.
I think one of the things that makes it, because now you have the one free, right? So when you have the immediate transfer, you're immediately eligible. So I think for that reason, I think that's the main reason it blew up, because you don't have to. There's no calendar year sit out now for you. And yes, I do understand that for football. But I believe other sports. Because we're not talking about just, basketball. If basketball, I can go somewhere. I could be immediatly on the floor.
Yeah.
If my talent, is that high, and if I'm stuck on the bench at Kentucky, well, I can go to. I go to LSU and start. Right.
All day.
Not nowadays. But
2 years ago.
Right. So, or track, or like some of the non-head count sports, like soccer, track, baseball, like
tennis, golf, anything,
like these sports.
Swimming.
Yeah, individual sports, you can go and if you got the best time, you on the track, you in the pool, where you at. So I think those sports, it helps a lot more. But like you said, I would do a little more. You young, you think you're invincible at that point in your life. I understand it. I was there. But so you think I'm good enough. Get left out there floating in outer space.
And that's the problem with it is once you go in the transfer portal, that school that you was at, they don't have to pay for your scholarship anymore.
No.
Nope.
So now you're not going to school anymore.
Right. You out of school. You out of scholarship.
So now you back home staying with your parents, or you staying off campus somewhere. So now your life is on hold until somebody comes and calls for you.
Right.
Which 9 times out of 10 they not, because they don't have like tryouts in college anymore.
That's true.
Like they don't have a tryout system like the NFL does.
And I wouldn't be surprised knowing. Look, this is not Little League. Like, these coaches do not care. Like, look, we explained it last week. This is why we told you, go where you want to go to school. Because these coaches, they gonna feed. Best believe. Look, Brian Kelly last week, right? He's from Massachusetts,
somewhere up there,
somewhere in the Northeast. I don't know where he found a Louisiana accent to start talking to people. They will tell you anything to get that next contract for them and their family. Yep. They will tell you anything. They will sell. They will sell it to your mama. They will sell it to your pops. They will sell it to your grandma. They will sell it to anybody to get you. If they think you a piece that can get them to their next contract, they will tell you anything.
And they supposed to.
And they supposed to.
They supposed to.
No, that's the game.
That's their job.
That's the game. That's their job.
That is their job.
And they are darn good at it. Yep. And I don't blame them one bit for it. But you got to understand that too. Don't be fooled into thinking that you could talk to a coach and they can be promising you this and that, but they just trying to make that team worse. So once you burn that bridge with that coach and that other team don't pick you up, then that team just got worse.
You should only be
trying. I'm playing. We got them week 3 too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just made your roster worse because I didn't pick up the kid that tried to leave out of your transfer portal, and I don't have to pay him either.
Nope. Right.
So he's just out there now.
And like you said, I really think the only school you should be transferring to right now is Texas. Texas giving all their kids $100,000 NIL deal.
Yeah.
Then they giving the offensive lineman a $50,000 NIL deal on top of it.
I think they call it the Pancake Crew
the
or
Pancake
something.
House or something like that.
House, something like that. Yeah.
So, and all you got to do is do a little charity work.
That's it.
So, the only school you really should be trying to transfer to is Texas. There's no other reason to transfer if you trying to go to another big school. Texas A&M.
That's who next to do that.
Texas A&M.
Texas A&M. Okay.
Texas A&M.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Miami already had that deal in place this year, right?
They had
with the Eric King and that
but
strength and condition and
the Eric King's was he went out and got the deal through his he created the company,
right?
And then he got the rest of the team the deals. The school didn't go and get them deals like Texas is.
That's an enterprising young man. I applaud that.
He need to be too because
he's 26.
He's not a college age kid anymore, and I don't see a future in the league for him. So he's gonna be great. At NIL, he's probably going to start.
He might come out and be a GM like immediately day one. Like he might be a GM at a college. Day one.
He's getting that bag. He's getting the bag, man.
Like, do y'all agree with even kids leaving at their freshman year?
No,
because and that's what's happening because now you don't even know the lay of the land. Like you don't even know how this really operates. Like you just step foot on campus. Like
that's what I'm saying. I ain't know my way around campus. Right. I went to a small school.
You don't know. You don't know yet. And then what happens is, like you say, you leave your freshman year. And now, if you say you transfer to the next school, you don't perform there, or you don't play, psychologically, you pretty much it's a wrap. You done. And I think what happens is they get so enamored by seeing one person do well that transferred. Yeah. Okay, they'll look at a Joe Burrow, which is a one in a million.
Justin
Fields transferred.
That was the main reason why Ponzatula kid. Quarterback TJ Finley. That was the main thing his parents said was that if Justin Fields didn't get treated right at Georgia, so you're not getting treated right here, you need to go somewhere else. And he did it. But even with then he sat the bench the whole year.
Yes, but
to the last game.
Even with TJ Finley, I'm thinking, okay, you're a true freshman. Listen, a true freshman
shouldn't have even been playing. He shouldn't have been playing.
He started 4 games, won 2, lost 2. As a true freshman playing the SEC. On a crazy COVID year, I would take that. Yeah. And now you're looking at a situation where he transferred to Auburn, where you have Bo Nix, who is a fan favorite because his dad played there. Yeah. Now the kid is tough; he has moxie and all those things, but it's a possibility. Bo Nix is probably not going to get drafted. So he's just a junior. Right. So guess what?
Coming back
in senior year.
And he will have that start.
So TJ, like, what are you going to do? So I'm looking at this year for TJ Finley. I believe he would have played this year.
He would have played this year, and he probably would start at LSU next year.
Absolutely.
Because the other kid just transferred. Max Johnson just transferred from LSU for no reason.
I know sometimes, patience is a virtue, but I think sometimes they get so impatient and with social media and everything that's going around with NIL and all those things that even parents. Yeah. I think parents get sidetracked. Yeah. And then so these kids have this outside noise on what they need to do and which direction you need to go, because even as a freshman, you're still green. Yeah. Like you're not really matured yet mentally to make those sound decisions.
All physically.
Yeah.
That's true.
I respect TJ because he really did. He's a great kid. He listened to his parents, and I'm not saying his parents made the wrong decision for him, but what I am saying is he will be starting at LSU this year and next year instead of sitting the bench at Auburn.
That's true.
So we got to chill, like you said. Patience is a virtue. We got to understand, take a step back sometime and understand the growth process. The growth process from freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, or redshirt junior. TJ Finley's going to the NFL regardless, really just because his body type and his arm strength, and he's a really smart kid. Right. He's going to the NFL regardless. I don't care where he go to school at.
He's going to start at Auburn. I'm not saying
he's going to start at Auburn. He's going to start at Auburn for like 2 years. He's going to the NFL. Hopefully he have a long career, but leave and don't leave so early, man. This transfer portal got everybody fooled.
Yeah, so just reading the numbers that I found. I don't have the source on it, but 2021 transfer portal numbers. At the time of this recording, 1,074 student athletes entered the transfer portal, and currently only 299 have received scholarships. That's only 28% of the kids that entered the transfer portal got a scholarship. 72% of them are still sitting out there.
And why nobody's talking about that?
Because nobody cares.
Nobody knows and nobody cares.
That's what I was thinking about. I thought it was like a group of people that might be connected to the NCAA, might not be connected to it, that's helping athletes like get to, you know what I'm saying, letting, like it's bringing awareness to different schools, but like, hey, you know what I'm saying, you like you weak at this position, hey, this guy available.
Well, here's the thing: when
like
you
helping, I don't know,
when you leave a roster, if you so say you in a head count sport like football, right? So when they give you a scholarship, it is a full scholarship.
Yeah,
it's not like track where they give you 80%, 90%. Baseball where they give you like the only people in baseball that get a full scholarship are pitchers.
Yep, and they got to be out of state pitchers too.
Exactly. So that's the only people that get full rides. So with that being said, you got to, once you leave and decide that you're leaving a full scholarship on the table. Okay. Well, next signing class is up.
Right. Yeah.
Because now see, if you get injured, then you're still on the roster. You're still your scholarship still counts. They can't give you a scholarship to the next class. If you decide to enter the transfer portal, then you are no longer attending the school. You're no longer on the roll. You're no longer on the roster. They can offer that scholarship to the next class. So now you competing against the next class plus everybody else in the transfer portal.
And
good luck.
That's why I really think the NCAA really don't care, because they tweaked the rule a little bit this year and gave you can back count 7. So for every 7 players that leave, you can get 7 players. But once your numbers get over 7, like LSU had 30 in the last 2 years.
Yeah,
you only could get 7 extra this year.
Exactly,
to go on top of the 25 that you're getting.
Right.
So if you got 20 players from one school leaving, like coaching transitions, that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
You only could field with 7. You're never gonna really get to 85 again. How are you ever gonna build your team back up to 85?
85 scholarships. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. To me, like that's the good side about it. When somebody like Lincoln Riley leaves and you're a quarterback, and like you were going to Oklahoma solely for Lincoln Riley, but then he leaves, it's like, all right, you know, so I got the freedom to make my second choice. You know what I'm saying? Right. My second school might have been, I don't know, Penn State or something. I can go to Penn State. Yeah. So I think that's good in that sense.
Especially because now you can see, Mel Tucker signed a long-term contract at Michigan State. James Franklin signed a long-term contract at Penn State. Harbaugh probably about to get a long-term contract at Michigan. Like now I can see the lay of the land for real. Not these coaches that, I mean, even though LSU got on a good receiving end of it, kids at Notre Dame that probably got recruited by Kelly. They probably wanted to play for him.
They did.
Now they left out in the cold,
And the reason we have to be patient is because when these guys are getting recruited out of high school, I think sometimes they get caught up in thinking that every school wants them. Yeah. And it's not the case. It's a game. Yeah. So just like the NFL draft, all 32 teams are not going to like you. Yeah. They're not. Nope. You need one team to like you. One. And so when these guys come out of high school and they sign with the school, this is one team that needs to like them. So now when you enter this transfer portal, you realize, like, wait a minute, these other schools don't want me. Yeah. Like this school that I'm at, this may have been only the one or a couple of schools that really, fell in love with me and really like what I brought to the table. For instance, I'm gonna bring up this guy who's going to be a Hall of Famer one day. Can you imagine if Tyrann Mathieu entered the transfer portal? And the reason I bring his name up is this: Tyrann Mathieu was a 2-star, 3-star recruit. Yep. I may be wrong.
He was like
a 3-star recruit.
He went to camp and blew it up.
Yeah, got offered late by LSU. I think Tennessee offered him late. But he had like scholarship offers from
small schools,
like Sunbelt schools.
The first big offer he had was Frank Wilson at Tennessee.
Yeah, that's who offered him. But can you imagine after his freshman year, he was like, man. If he wasn't playing, obviously made an impact. Yeah. But he was. What if he wasn't playing? I'm transferring. Now this kid hits the transfer portal. He probably not getting no action. Yeah. Because people weren't paying attention to him. So I think that's what these kids got to realize. And again, we talk about what Dante said months ago: make better people. Yeah. These universities have to realize, you have to make better people and educate these kids on what's going on before they make these rash and basically off the wall just brash decisions because I'm not playing. I don't like the food in the cafeteria. Yeah.
Like recruiters don't go into the transfer portal.
No.
Why?
Well, the reason they're looking for the next class.
Yeah,
it's hard.
They focus on younger kids.
Yeah,
younger kids.
That's hard.
Usually transfer portal. from what I've seen, usually the transfer portal is either like OC, DC, or the head coach that's looking like, oh, we can use him immediately right here.
Yep.
Okay.
Because they're looking at the totality of the roster.
Exactly. So that like and somebody, okay, well, we was recruiting this kid real hard. He decided to commit to just say Alabama because why not? And and so well, we got this kid that can transfer in, give us like the number 10, the like middle linebacker at Alabama right now, transfer from Tennessee. Came in immediately. Toto. Yeah, he came in and started. So
that kid a dog too.
You know that's gonna be more likely like Saban pulling the trigger on that.
I'm glad you brought that point. You know why? Okay, that's another point. Also, if you do transfer, it's a great thing to have tape on. Yep. So the guy from Tennessee had tape. He had film. He can ball. So now it's easier to get noticed. Like
not practice film, game.
If you don't have no film, it's gonna be hard for somebody to evaluate you or look at you. So guys like that have film. You know what I mean? And
I'm with you.
Now what about somebody like Spencer Rattler? Like Spencer Rattler, from what I know, like he waited a long time and he trusted, he had a good relationship with Lincoln Riley, and he waited a long time. And of course, he didn't play his best, and he lost his job, and now he's going to UCLA.
But Spencer Rattler had what? Yeah, film. Yeah, so you even like,
and he had film in high school. He had a TV show.
TV show. So even before then, like this year, he had Heisman. So he had hype behind his name, number one. Mm-hmm. So he has leverage. So and this year it wasn't as good, but even last year he didn't play bad. It wasn't bad. So you can see the potential. Mm-hmm. So he had film. So now a coach can see that, okay, and work with it.
Spencer Rattler's biggest problem is he got the big head.
EGO.
He got the big head. He got bad body language. He's not a team player. Mm-hmm.
And then he had a dude behind him who's a stud.
Monster.
Who's like total opposite of him.
Yeah.
Like
do anything.
Great body language.
Yeah.
Will do anything to win. Like I watched him play a couple of games this year. I watched him play against Kansas. I think it was a play. It was like a 4th and 1. Running back got stopped. Caleb Williams took the ball from the running back and ran for a first down. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He's all about the win.
He was going to do anything he can to win. So like, if he lose, like you beat him. Like if he lose a game, you beat him.
And what you say, you going to UCLA?
Yeah,
Rattler. All right, I didn't know that.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Chip Kelly probably be good for him though.
I mean, see, Caleb Williams was this close going to LSU, but Joe Brady messed it up.
Now, I ain't gonna say Joe Brady messed it up. Joe Brady ain't messed it up. Joe Brady did everything he could to get Caleb Williams to LSU. He even flew out there.
Okay, probably didn't want to.
He didn't want to. Stayed at the house longer than he should have.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't want to.
Tried to go back. He missed his flight. Stuck at the airport. Mm-hmm. Caleb Williams called it. Coach, I ain't going. I'm going to Oklahoma.
Oh man.
Joe Brady, I'm going to the NFL.
I think that was a
no, that's what happened. That's really what happened. That's why he went to the NFL. Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
And now he got a job.
That's true too.
Right.
Man, I heard you talking about something about the schools need to do better, need to make better people. How can the schools make better people when they don't even have enough teams in the playoff from the Power 5? So you got 5 conferences, but only 4 teams go to the playoffs. How do we expect them to make the kids better when they can't even make themselves better?
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm trying to figure this out. Like these are conference commissioners of the Power 5. Mm-hmm. You got the Pac-12, right? The Big Ten, the SEC, the Big 12,
and the ACC,
right? So you got these 5 very powerful men that went into a room. You know, what is 7 years ago we've been with the playoff?
7 or 8 years.
7 or 8 years ago we've been with the playoff. They went into a room at a very nice hotel, got fed
like kings,
drank, and sat there and was like, "Look, we're here to solve this BCS stuff. All right, let's get this.
BCS is bad.
Let's figure this out. All right, it's 5 of us in here." And they walked out and they said, "Hey, look, we got a 4-team playoff." No one looked around the room and said, "Wait, it's 5 of us in here. I mean, my conference might not have any representation." No, I mean, like this is not a question that you ask yourself. Like from the Jump Street, like it's 5 of us in here. We gonna give a 4-team playoff, and we walk out to applause. Like what's
no reporters,
nobody question this ever.
Because everybody has an agenda, and it's not, the agenda is basically it's a self-imposed agenda,
right?
And every person that was in there is getting paid. Mm-hmm. So if you're getting paid, they really don't care because they're making themselves better,
right?
By doing that. So when a person has their own agenda, they don't care about anybody else or what's going on. You know, you at a nice hotel eating good food and drinking good. Right. You don't care.
Right.
I don't care if
you're supposed to be employed by the school though, as the commissioner.
Exactly. But they don't care. Exactly. That's my point.
Well, you got to answer the ADs, right? Like as a commissioner, you got to answer to the ADs and presidents and
the ADs answering to the conference commissioner.
Yeah,
that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Okay,
I think that whole thing was a ploy to actually get rid of the SEC, and it backfired.
Bad.
Yeah, so it's about to be the super conference.
Because remember it was LSU versus Alabama. On the second repeat of the 6-9 game that was in New Orleans, and then they changed it. They didn't want 2 SEC teams every year.
Well, it was back to back. It was the Les Miles team, I believe, that had lost 2 games and got to the national championship.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, right. Yep. and then all SEC championship, like back to back years, and I think they just had enough.
and that's what spurred it all. And they wasn't really paying attention. They was just trying to say we're gonna get more of our teams in and less of the SEC. And not even this year, you still got 2 SEC teams.
That's what I'm saying. Not even this year. Like right now,
still losing.
You still losing. You still losing
right now because 2 SEC teams going consistently to the playoffs.
And this whole playoff thing was started because, like you said, it was trying to stop the SEC. So my thing is this. Guess what's going to happen? If you expand it, guess what's going to happen?
More
you have
SEC.
more SEC teams.
The only way you're going to change
because
it is
you're about to add Oklahoma and Texas.
Yeah. The only way
they're not going to be bad forever.
Yeah, it can happen one way. The only way it can happen is if they go to a +1. 6 teams, 5 conferences, 1 non-conference.
All conference winners.
Yeah, that's the only way it can happen.
Yeah.
If it go to 8, 12 or 16, you're going to have 3, 4 or 5 SEC teams.
It's going to have the whole SEC West. Like literally, the entire SEC West was
in Florida. Shout out to Florida, man.
Yeah. The entire
great
SEC.
to be a Florida Gator right now, man. I see y'all Florida, man. It's great to be a Florida Gator. Let's go, Jalou. I see you, coach.
Ain't none of that over here. Ain't none of that over here.
It's not great to be a Florida Gator?
No, it's not.
What you mean, man? That's my people.
I understand it's your people.
Man, we're going to like 5-6 games next year. You ain't right?
What's the Gainesville?
Yeah, man, we out there. It's great to be a Florida Gator, man.
LSU fans not watching this, huh?
Bro, I get hate mail from them already, man. I get all the hate mail. I'm cool with it.
No, I ain't going to no Gainesville.
All right. Hey, I'm going to pick you up. I got you.
I'm still having nightmares about Percy Harvin. Don't bring them up.
He going to be there. Billy Napier, man. Shout out to Coach Billy, man. That's my guy, man. Champion, ULL.
Putting together a very nice staff.
Corey, yeah, man.
He's putting together a very nice staff. He came into LSU Yard and got Corey Raymond.
Got him.
For those who don't know, Corey Raymond, defensive back coach, formerly of LSU now.
Formerly. DBU, stand up. Did Corey start DBU or did somebody else start DBU?
Hey, man. Look. He was, when I was there, Corey was there. And this guy, honest truth, when Corey was there, he was the GA in the weight room and stuff. But
gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, but one thing he did do though, as far as individual drills and working out and making sure guys were technically sound in the off season, he did a phenomenal job of doing that. Yeah. He did a phenomenal job because coaches in the summertime they can rope players, but the GAs could. And he did a phenomenal job of pushing those guys and working a technique. Now, as far as the DBU thing, I think people got different.
Florida, right?
I mean, Florida say they started it, but when I look at DBU, I look at guys who were successful in the NFL. And so if you look at it, more guys at LSU are successful in the NFL. Yeah. So LSU is DBU. And even though Corey is a huge loss just because of what he brought for us recruiting, but let's face it, I mean, once you set a bar at a university, especially at the position like Penn State, Penn State always gonna have good linebackers. You know how many DCs they had over the past 20 years?
It don't matter.
It don't matter. So
linebackers going there anyway.
They're going. Like LSU's going to continue to have great defensive backs. I think what the guy named Dwight McLaughlin, he tweeted when Corey left. He said, "This is still DBU." so that let you know. So they let you know.
Houston in the building.
Yeah, they let you know what like their mindset is. But great job. Corey did a wonderful job. And I think sometimes fans are in the uproar for change. Like people don't like to see change, but it's inevitable. Like change is going to happen.
Yeah.
And just calm down. The dust will settle, and I think LSU fans will be satisfied. But it's going to be a battle.
Man, that's what I'm talking about because I really like Corey.
Yeah.
Like Corey is really close with my people. So it's like I seen the ins and outs of him recruiting and the way he recruits. He's so smart, man. He's so
He's
smart.
smooth.
He not even worried about the stars. He's not worried about the stars, and I think a lot of people get hung up on it. Corey will take a 3-star as long as he got length.
Right.
And that kid going in the draft in 4 years.
He can move, right?
He long as the hips is right, Corey gonna get it right. Like he was saying, he's more technical. I think he's more of a technician than he is a recruiter.
He is.
But by him being from Lafayette,
Right.
he's gonna get some Lafayette kids to Florida.
That's true.
And look, I think that Coach Kelly start looking real strong at some homegrown type coaches, or under the table got to pay him. However it is, you got to do it.
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
I'm staying out of that, man.
That's some major hitters. Between Jabbar Jalou,
Yeah.
and Coach Corey.
And Coach Napier. Coach Napier is
And
actually
Billy
the one
Napier, right?
who was getting all the Louisiana players to go to Bama.
Exactly.
So a lot of people don't realize that.
Now, we ain't mentioning Frank Wilson.
Who?
Yeah.
How about to say
The
like,
goat.
like
The goat, man. Frank the goat.
So Frank has resigned his position at McNeese,
Yes.
and has joined the LSU coaching staff
So
as an associate head.
And he did a great job with everything that McNeese went through in the last year and a half.
Absolutely, with the
So people don't give him
Hurricanes.
enough credit for that, man. Shout out to you, Coach Frank, man. We seen what you did, and we understand the difficulties that y'all had to get that program up to where y'all was at, and the way you've been recruiting lately.
Got the campus back correct.
Right.
Help the community get back correct too.
He did a lot, man. He the GOAT, man. He's
break that position down a little bit. Associate head coach. What does all entail?
I mean, honestly,
no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea.
But you're gonna be recruiting, though, right? Like you're gonna be recruiting, right?
honestly, you just threw a slider, bro. Because I don't know.
And I don't think he even know yet.
Like you're gonna be recruiting, though, right?
I don't,
Absolutely, absolutely. He might be like head of recruiting. And
It's like Brad Davis, Coach Ogeron. If Coach Ogeron got fired and then he's not coaching the bowl game, he'll like coach something happened to the head coach, like the vice president.
I got you.
let's talk about that right quick.
Or,
All right, so
to go in.
look, they put out this press release that he's making history. First African American head coach of LSU. I hate and I like it.
Okay.
Right? I like it for him. I'm sure it's big for him. It's big for his family. It's big for historical purposes. It's big for the culture.
It's big for Baton Rouge, too.
Big for Baton Rouge, right? But it is always the same story, right? One guy leaves with the bag. Next guy gets the bag. And in the middle is you, right? And so we don't sully the next head coach's record with a loss, made possibly in the bowl game.
The bowl game loss is coming,
right? And you might win, and there you go. You get your win, and you can go out the door. Like but then if you do lose, it just reinforces old beliefs that. Well, you can't lead anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like that's it. I hate it for that fact. I love it for him. I'm sure he's excited about it. I'm sure he's going to do a damn good job and do his damnedest to get a dub.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that looks good on your resume.
So would you rather them give it to maybe somebody like the passing game coordinator who really only handles third downs.
Right.
The young kid who came from Joe Brady.
Yeah, why not?
Man, I think his name Mangus or something like that. DJ Mangus.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
No, but Caleb did. He is retaining Brad Davis.
He is keeping him.
Yeah, he is keeping him.
So I think right now LSU is in an awkward situation because they focused on who buying into them right now. And I think by him taking that job, he showed that he was bought into Kelly. And I think it actually got him where he want to be at home in Baton Rouge. Like he said the other day, he went to church with his mom. Yeah. His dad was barbecuing. I think he did it for the simple fact knowing that it's a 80% chance he gonna lose this game just because of the opt-outs, the transfer portal. They got no quarterbacks right now, man. They better start John Trey Kirkland in that quarterback. That's all I know.
Right, for real.
And everybody else just walk-ons. Right. So I think he did that to show that he was bought in and wanted to stay home because he's been traveling. It's a hard life being an assistant college coach, man.
Absolutely.
You got to travel every 2 to 3 years to uproot your whole family.
They tell you don't buy a house.
They tell you don't buy a house.
Like get an apartment, get a nice apartment, get a condo. They tell you don't buy a house.
So Jaluk just built a brand new construction house in Lafayette last year. He started on it last year, got finished this year. Detailed everything that they wanted in the house, the floors, the lights, Gainesville calling. Gainesville calling.
Crazy. Coaching carousel.
That's the life. Yeah. So I think that's what Coach Davis was doing, and I think he wanted to show them that he was bought in. And I think that got him to the next point. But you're absolutely right.
It's always the same story.
Absolutely right.
It's always the same story. Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
It frustrates me. It honestly frustrates me.
I respect it. I respect what he did for using the system that was against him at that point to get what he wanted. And I hope he get a pay raise too.
And the thing is, I like I say, it's always the same story. And then, you don't have many chances at this. That's why I don't like it for him.
That's why I love what happened at Notre Dame.
Yeah. Marcus Freeman. Yeah.
Marcus Freeman been my guy, been everybody guy, and we've been wanting him to get a head coaching job. Yeah. And I love what they did. They didn't go get somebody else. And that's one thing I do like about LSU too, getting Coach Kelly. They didn't go and get the Michigan State coach. Yeah. They didn't go and get the Penn State coach, because then all we doing is recycling the same cats saying that we got a certain number.
That's true.
Nah, man, let's get somebody fresh in there. Let's get these other cats a job.
But that's why I don't. When I saw Mel Tucker sign that long term, when I saw James Franklin, like, it is very rare that those type of head coaches are going to get a second shot, right? And look, I saw him coach. He probably shouldn't have, honestly. Ty Willingham, but you see when we get this type of, like, David Shaw, Stanford, like.
Say, man,
we sticking and staying as long as possible.
David Shaw, if he was at another school here and we're here, but
absolutely, David Shaw, good man,
absolutely.
Say, bro, it's to me, in my mind, David Shaw is the best African American college football coach.
Yeah, he can coach.
Say, bro,
he coached Stella.
That dude, bro. And I'm not just even saying college. He probably top 3 all time in football as an African American head coach.
Nobody like from the SEC ever tried to go knock. I'm pretty sure people have made some phone calls to him.
And I'm thinking about it in my head as we talk. He probably top 10 all time in all coaches, black or white.
Yeah.
Like, thinking about what he done with those academic restrictions in Palo Alto,
which is ridiculous.
It is.
And then, how they in the cyber area and they don't really have no NIL deals at Stanford?
Yeah,
them kids understand education.
Yeah, they do.
They ain't chasing no NIL deals. That's David Shaw, man. David Shaw, man.
Why nobody? That's what I'm saying. Nobody ever tried to reach out to him.
Like, he always turn them down. He does. He turn them down every year.
That's crazy.
Loyalty.
That's crazy.
Loyalty.
So, but that's what I'm saying. So, like, we're sticking and staying as like Sylvester Croom. Y'all want me out? Y'all got to come get me out of here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but you never see them resurface. Like, you always hear about the car wash at Alabama. Like, you always hear about Sarkisian messed up real bad at USC. Car wash at Alabama, University of Texas.
That's true.
Mario Cristobal got fired at FIU. University of Miami, University of Alabama, Oregon, Miami. Like, but it doesn't translate. Like I know Saban got some black coaches on there.
You know what the biggest thing is. The biggest thing is.
Matter of fact, Charlie Strong is on his staff.
Charlie Strong.
He's still on there?
No, Charlie Strong is at Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, Jacksonville. Okay.
Yeah, the biggest thing is name me a coach that came from David Shaw.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like you can't.
Is
Just
that
the only one was the guy. What his name was Pep or something like that. That went to offensive coordinator with the Colts, which is That's the
Andrew Luck.
That's the only one. So are we?
Is it that, or is it that they don't trust these coaches?
It's just the fact that we have to get to the point where, like you said, Dante, with Brad Davis, we have to get to the point where the narrative is, oh man, he's the first black head coach. Oh, he's the first black this, first black that. Oh, black and I'm proud. So now what that does? How about what? This guy's qualified for the job.
Right.
Because now you keep saying you keep saying he's a black this, a black that, and he don't do well. That first black it's a stigma that's attached to him now.
Yeah.
And so, like you said, that's why they never resurface if they're not successful.
That's
because when you say the first black this, just like the quarterbacks, it took us forever to get over that hurdle.
Right.
Until we just finally broke through. You know what I mean? So now it's like it's no more the black quarterback. No, this dude just.
Yeah.
It's still a black quarterback.
I know.
That Lamar Jackson stuff real.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That Lamar Jackson stuff real.
That's what I'm saying. I can see
We still great about shade and like demeanor. We still great about shade and demeanor.
Yeah.
It's like because Lamar got more of that black demeanor,
right? Than Dak Prescott.
I
think it's more other black quarterbacks now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like the longevity, like they sticking around a little bit more.
Kyler Murray.
So I think that's the fact that even though they still had that same stigma, it's not no more of we say. Oh, well, he's the black quarterback or I think so. That stigma's still been attached, and so when you're not successful, they think, oh, here go another black head coach who's not good.
That's why I changed it when I was thinking about how good he was at Stanford, and I said he probably top 10 of all time, no matter race.
Yeah,
like David Shaw's top 10 college football coach of all time, no matter race.
All right,
like so we got to get to that point and everything, but we also have to start demanding employment, and by demanding employment, I mean all of these former players. It's no matter how many colleges, if it's 85 cats at LSU, 60 of them are African American.
Yep.
12 of them are going to the NFL.
Yep.
Why the rest of y'all not going into coaching? Like we also got to start demanding employment. We can't keep asking for stuff.
That's true too.
We got to start demanding employment, getting results, and then keep moving up the food chain. So then when we can go to David Shaw and say, hey, Coach Shaw, this is what I did at LSU. I was the passing game coordinator. You got an offensive coordinator job open. Here's my results. Here's my stats. I've been top 5 in offense the last 3 years. Well, let me come over here and be your offensive coordinator. Then I'm going to go from you to get a head coaching job.
What's your opinion on on usually most times you black coaches are being put on to the defensive side of the ball, and it's not being put on the defensive side of the ball is not a path to being a head coach because you will never be able to say that. Okay,
we still got to change because the coaches that we just talked about earlier around LSU, the Jabbar Jalooks, all conference as a safety at Southern.
Yeah.
But what he famous for? Coaching running backs and recruiting.
Right.
Frank Wilson.
Yeah.
Defensive player in college. All world at coaching running backs.
Yeah.
We gotta enact the change.
That's
we
what I'm
gotta
saying.
say. I just talked to a coach on the phone about this, and I'll show you the text when we get off air because I don't want to bring up his name. And I told him, I said, man, you got to go over there and tell them whatever side of the ball y'all want me on. I'm gonna do whatever y'all need right now for these next 2 years, and I'm gonna coach that side of the ball for you.
Right.
So wherever you need me at, because I know my next stepping stone.
Yeah.
We got to start enacting the change, man. That's the biggest thing. We can't just sit on the sideline asking for handouts no more.
Yeah.
We personally don't do it in our real life. Why are they doing it? Like why are they doing it? We got to stop, man. And it's a real stigma. It's a real stigma about aggression. That's the reason why they put them on defense.
Yeah.
It's a real stigma. But what we doing to change it though?
Yeah.
We got to start saying, nah, I don't coach defense. Look what I did with this kid in high school, and look how I worked on his pocket presence.
Right.
we gotta start taking some jobs some sooner or later, man.
Yeah. Okay.
So do you think what is it like? Why are not more former players getting into coaching? Because obviously, I know we talked about this
I know what it is.
last show about I tried to get into coaching, but even with me, like personally, it was kind of like, man, I don't know if I had the patience for that. Yeah. Now I end up doing something kind of similar to it, but not coaching in a sense with the foundation. But why you think more players are not getting into coaching?
Well, I can answer that.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You go first, and I'll piggyback on you.
So usually, you got to look at more than just that player. You got to look at his background. You got to look where he came from. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to the league, then moms still need help. You know what I'm saying? You went with the hopefully the hope of trying to get somebody out the hood, trying to get mom out the hood, trying to get pops out the hood, move granny out. That was the plan. The plan don't work out. They still in them situations,
right?
Yeah.
So you can't spend 2-3 years being a broke GA.
That's true.
Not getting paid nothing, doing crap jobs, with the hopes of mom's gonna survive it out until I can hopefully catch on to a decent paycheck as a running back coach or a DB coach or something like that. Like, you don't have the luxury that your counterparts do that come from better situations where mom and dad well off and or at least stable.
Yeah.
And I got the luxury of that time after I graduate to go be a GA till I'm 25.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I will add on to that. He's absolutely right. Mental stability. The mental stability, because your mental is capable of doing it. You already have the capability, but your stability of knowing that you got to know that I didn't make it in the league, but I could make it in the league.
Yeah.
Like I didn't make it, but they still need me.
That's true.
So it's not the path that I wanted.
All right.
And it's not the path that I was choosing, but it's the path that I'm going on regardless. So if your mental not right, you're going to sink into a dark place.
That's true.
And when you go into that dark place, your world going to get closed in.
Yeah.
When your world closed in, you don't even want to be around football no more.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't the path that you wanted. Now, God still had
you could speak to that, right?
He gonna make me cry.
I'm about to say, dang,
I be around.
Right.
Say, bro, I be around so many people. It happened to me.
Yes,
you're right.
Like it happened to me.
Yeah.
I know what I had to battle. I know what I had to battle to want to be around sports again. Like, so if your mental stability not there, your mental capability ain't gonna even work.
Like, you go through so much, like, as far as playing the game and like Will said, it's not going your way. And so now when it don't go your way mentally, it cripples you so much to the point where I don't want to talk about football, basketball, whatever it is, baseball. I don't want to be around it.
I want to watch it.
I want to watch it, and we all go through that. And so it is a dark place. And I tell this story all the time. I think people don't realize, and I had I'm speaking to me personally, I had a stable background. I had a family. I had a supporting family, right? But I still struggled. Like, it was still nights where, like, nobody around. I'm in the room just, like, by myself crying like a baby. Like, I'm driving in my truck, crying, like, just crying, not knowing what my next move, what my next step is. Because, like I said, mentally, it's a toll. And so I think that's where the point where, like, man, I don't want to do this no more. Don't ask me about no coaching. Like, wait, what? Nah, man, get off my phone. Right. I've had people that call me. They want to come coach, be like linebacker coach in high school, and I'm straight. Yeah. Don't ask me about no football because it does score you. Now, God, thank God that, I think my calling was a different path as far as still telling student athletes not to get to that place.
And that's been your path your whole life. You just ain't know it. Right. You just ain't know it. That's all.
And that's the thing, too. Like, and you said, I think in that, though, like, Swag and Dante and Will, like, when what they need to know, if they were watching this podcast, and when you go through things and you think it's a struggle, you need to pay close attention to it. You need to pay real close attention to what's going on, because in the midst of that, you're really going to be found out what you called to do. If you pay attention. I didn't pay attention. I just had to go through that, and then it led me to what I'm doing now.
Because matter of fact, I just left practice a couple hours ago with a couple of young ladies that I work with track. And, one of them just was, blessed enough, talented enough, worked hard enough to to give her, full scholarship to a university that she chose. Like not the university the only university that gave her one. Like she was able to choose the university that she wanted to go to. That's dope. On a full ride, right? And I was like, I was watching her. They were going through drills and stuff like that, and I'm talking to all of them because I'm like the way I coach. I talk to one, but I'm all y'all listening while I'm talking to one. I'm talking loud enough, right? And I'm like, you work this hard. You're 18 years old. You're in the prime of your life, right? You work this hard just to give yourself a shot. Like this, it's not like you ain't arrived. Like you worked this hard just to give yourself a shot at this. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So to be on the other side of it in like 3 years, 4 years, and be like, yo, this is over
so fast.
Like the roller coaster is over, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I could feel where you coming from with that.
Yeah, man.
I feel where you coming.
That's why I really value when we talking to kids and stuff like that. No matter what we doing with DBF, with Doug, whatever we doing with the charity work, with the businesses, I always value education because man, go get that education, make that education a priority.
Yep.
School just the ball just played for your education. That's all it did. But you got to focus on the focus. The focus is the priority. That's true. The priority is school, and that we got to get more people to start thinking like that. Yeah. We got to start thinking like how you said. I got to get mom them out the hood. But go be a lawyer. Yeah. Go be a doctor. Right. Yeah. Stop focusing on football so much, but use football.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna go set up all these networks. Everybody on campus, I'm about to network with them. Yeah. I don't care if you're a DJ. You be the hottest DJ on campus. Yep. Every time somebody throw a party, you good. Once you get hot in that city, the radio station gonna call you.
They go.
Yep.
They got to call you because you got the whole university on lock.
Yeah, you got the kids that's about to be paying money for this.
And so then next thing you know, now you're a multiple club owner.
Bingo.
So we got to start thinking. Different.
It's easy now with the NIL. I just remember like with Big Fave. Shout out Big Fave, man. Like man. In college. Like, they kind of put a stranglehold on him from performing with his rap group,
Black Venom.
Black Venom, man. Like you had to
Shout out the young fat,
you
man.
had to go through with Daily on the Beats, yeah. He had to go through so much paperwork just to perform at a place or a venue. And couldn't compensate and couldn't get paid off of
right
it.
Off campus.
And so mentally, like that's why I respect him because like mentally that can be like, well, dang, bro, like I don't want to do this music thing no more. Yeah. But not especially with NIL, like it's to the point, okay, you have no excuse.
Yeah.
And we talk about this all the time. Like when you go to college, man, you have to get out of this athletic bubble and it's in this locker room bubble. Because when you get wrapped up in it, you get suffocated. Yeah. And then when it's over with, you don't know your next step or your next move.
Man.
Well, speaking of stranglehold, Manny Diaz this week has finally let go out of from the University of Miami. Congratulations, Coach Cristobal, being hired on as the new coach at the U. I mean, what are you supposed to do in situations where the things that you're asking for, like we've all seen what it takes to run a major college football program, right? We have one in our backyard. We can go up to campus and we can see it, right?
Yep.
We see the buildings, we see the resources, we see the money, like, and they tell the next coach that they're going to release, $30 million odd dollars just for football. We're not talking about sports.
Yeah.
Just for football. And you've been the coach for the last 5 seasons trying to get the same thing going. Like how do you take that? Like how do you take that? Like I mean, you're gonna get your buyout. You're not hurting. Like, you getting your buyout. You're getting your contract.
So everything that he asked for, he didn't get.
I'm not saying everything. We
was talking about the U before a couple of weeks ago. Exactly. We were saying how they was lacking in the athletic department and how they didn't have the facilities, the alumni.
Matter of fact, Mark Rick had to gave back some of his money because he knew, he was like, yo, this is not gonna cut it. Like he gave back some of his money to build.
I wouldn't did that. I sure wouldn't did that.
To build the endo facility.
No money.
And they still was trying to get him to fire his son.
Nah,
I ain't getting back no money.
Didn't he step down so Manny Diaz could be the head coach?
Exactly. It came out later. He stepped down. He had some health issues. I think Parkinson's. I believe he's going through.
I ain't gonna comment on it. God bless his soul.
Yep.
But Manny Diaz asked for certain things, didn't get them. Immediately got fired on a recruiting trip, right?
While he was on the recruiting trip,
In the kid house. Told him come back and fired,
Tell him,
right?
come back home. Don't recruit nobody else.
Okay.
He was still doing his job.
Manny Diaz's dad was the mayor of Miami.
Bingo.
Right, so his family has. Yes.
Wait.
Yes.
Manny
You didn't know
Diaz?
that?
City of Miami.
His dad is the mayor of Miami. He was the mayor of Miami.
Yeah, so that's why his family's so famous there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So his brother-in-law, what his brother-in-law was building him a new stadium.
That's the money that he's starting to put up. He's trying to get some other billionaires. He himself is a billionaire.
So his brother-in-law is a billionaire.
Bingo.
So his brother-in-law's a billionaire,
And now he's a booster.
and now he's a booster.
After he's fired.
So did his brother-in-law get him fired?
Possible. We don't know. He might, everybody family ain't.
Everybody family. Right. So the man brother-in-law is the one giving the millions, and he's a billionaire, and he didn't have anything else, right? So he didn't get anything he wanted, and now all of a sudden you're fired, and your brother-in-law going to give all this money to the school. How is that Christmas dinner going to work out?
It is not.
Somebody getting a turkey thrown at him.
How?
We going on vacation. Me and my wife.
We're not going.
We're
not going to Christmas dinner.
Me, my wife, and my
Christmas
kids.
dinner?
No, we're not going.
My kids
If
going
I'm
on
in the Diaz,
vacation.
we're not going.
What about Mother's Day?
We're not
Mother's
going.
Day, Easter?
We ain't gonna, no Easter, Mother's Day,
Might not see y'all
Father's
for-
Day, no
Hanukkah?
no Hanukkah, nothing.
No 4th of July?
nothing. Independence, nothing, none of that.
None of that.
None of that.
None of that. No Labor Day.
No Labor Day, Martin Luther King Day, none of that.
Martin Luther King Day.
Nope.
Our Basel weekend in Miami.
No 420.
No, none of that.
No nothing. We
Nothing.
can't part with nothing, right?
Nothing. That's crazy.
His brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law, man, promising a new stadium closer to campus.
After he got fired.
Disrespecting that.
It is disrespect.
The disrespect.
Like Stephen A. Smith.
I mean, I get it. I mean, coaches.
I don't get it, man.
I'm saying coaches get fired left and right, right?
Yeah.
Like even with the Ogeron situation, he got fired midway through the season, right?
Uh-huh.
So, but he held the line
down.
because, frankly, he was going to get paid to hold
That
the line,
buyout.
right? So I get that, but you have somebody like Manny who up until the point where they are calling him saying, "Hey, leave that recruit's house.
Yeah.
This is it."
That's what I was just talking
He
about
was
earlier.
still doing his job,
Loyalty.
even though he thought that, even though he in his mind he knew he probably was going to get fired. He was still out on recruiting trip
because the reports came out the day before. He still took this trip.
exactly.
The loyalty in Manny Diaz and the betrayal of his brother-in-law.
Right.
It's a made for TV movie, man. That's a made for TV movie.
Every family ain't built the same.
They ain't.
Like you would think your brother-in-law would have your back, but you know it's two sides of the story. So I don't know the whole story. It's just the optics don't look good.
Well, we got a spot. We got a spot for them on the Evergreen pod. They want to sit here.
Manny, you
and
want to
tell
come
their
in?
story.
Manny, you want to come in and tell your side?
Right.
You
You
can
ain't
call in. We could zoom you in. It don't matter. You could come in, man. We got you, man.
And it's funny. We talking about the loyalty of Manny Diaz, but the way he got the coaching job at the U was being at Temple for one day and then leaving.
Yeah,
Karma.
Karma.
Karma. So just come on the show, man. Let's go, man. Damone Clark, man. Let's jump to Damone Clark, man.
I'm upset, man. Like I feel like Damone Clark, now this is somebody that I think I just beat on the table for like the past 2 years.
For those who don't know.
Yeah, I kept saying.
For those who don't know.
Yeah,
What are you?
Damone Clark is an inside linebacker for LSU, number 18. Phenomenal kid. And I think he took a lot of heat when they moved him to the inside linebacker position. But what people fail to realize, coming out of high school, he was a stand-up outside rusher.
Yeah.
When he got to LSU, they put him in outside rusher in certain packages.
Yeah.
All you're doing is stand up and rushing the passer. That's it. It's hard to go from that to convert to playing linebacker. No, you got to read, diagnose, and react. That's tough to do. But the kid took the heat, right? Took all the comments, the criticism, and he kept getting better. Coming to this year against UCLA, Damone Clark took most of the heat, which if people that know football, it really wasn't his fault. People that know football, but he got better every single game. This dude had 135 tackles. 5 sacks.
Bringing that heat.
Close to like 60 solo tackles.
Yeah, 78 solo tackles.
78 solo tackles. And he did not win the Buggers Award. They gave it to Nakobe Dean.
What Nakobe Dean had, Swag? You got the stats up?
Yeah. Dean had 29 solo tackles to Clark's 78 solo tackles. Oof. Clark had 135 total tackles to Dean's 61 total tackles.
Sheesh.
Clark had 15.5 tackles for loss to Dean's 8.5 tackles for loss. And they kind of split with the sacks. Clark had 5.5 sacks. Dean had 5 sacks.
So he was better than him in every stat possible.
Every stat.
And he wore the number 18. So that shows the leadership, right?
Yes. And it's not like he had 135 tackles and not on a trash defense. Yeah, like that's the part that I'm getting, that I'm because sometimes those numbers can be skewed. Like, you get those guys like in the Big Ten that get a bunch of tackles, but they really ain't that good. Right. Yeah. But like he had 135 tackles.
You said that, not me. You said that.
I didn't say no names though. I did say the Big Ten though.
Yeah, you said that, not me. I ain't.
That's all right. They know who they are.
Yeah, I ain't arguing with nobody. They're really not that good. But me and 135 tacks playing on a good defense, man. I think that's highway robbery. But somebody like this gonna continue to fuel him. And I think he would rather like it like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think people counting him out. First round draft pick.
Well, you what? Mm-hmm. First?
When he go to that combine, Will?
Oh yeah.
I know he a specimen.
When he go to that combine,
I know he a workout warrior, right?
Will, when he goes to that combine.
Gonna kill it, huh?
Yeah?
Yep.
Shout out to Coach Moffitt, man. We know they let you go, Moffitt. Shout out to you, man.
Shout out, Coach.
What you think about Damone, man? I know you've been in the area. You seen all these kids.
Yeah.
What you think about Damone?
I love the energy he plays with.
Yeah.
I love the energy he brings to a team. I think he's a leader. I thought he was a leader before they gave him the number 18. I think he's gonna make somebody look very good as a GM when they pick him in the league. Because he can play all over the place. He proved he can play all over the place. He can be in a 3-4 scheme, probably be outside. Be outside Russia edge. And if he wants, he can. If they see it fit for him, they put him inside, and he proved it this year.
That's what.
He's a tackling machine. Like
that's it.
This is one thing I've noticed about linebackers and about linebacker play. If in college you're a tackling machine, you will be in the league for a while.
Yeah,
like cats that are tackling machines will be in like I knew about Mac. His name slipped my mind. Defensive man, Chicago, used to be Chicago.
Khalil Mack.
I watched him at Buffalo.
Yeah,
right.
He was a monster.
I watched him as a sophomore at Buffalo. He was a tackling machine at Buffalo, and I was like, "Oh, that's league." You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see these cats, like cat from Kentucky a couple years ago.
Allen.
Yeah,
Josh Allen.
Like these guys are tackling machine. When you got a tackling machine, you gonna be in the league for a minute.
I really love Damone Clark, man. Me and Doug be back and forth about Damone Clark for like 2 years, man. I'm like, line that boy up outside, man. Let him get busy. LSU is not DBU. Florida is now DBU. LSU is linebacker U, not Penn State. Duke Riley, Devin White, Kevin Minter, Debo Jones,
Patrick Queen.
Yeah, I forgot. The kid that played opposite of Patrick Queen with the Cleveland Browns. Jacob Phillips, Nashville. Yeah. And coming up, Michael Baskerville and number 18. Number 18 in your roster, number 1 in your heart, Damone Clark, man. We see your boy Baton Rouge. Stand up. Yeah. Come on, Damone.
So Michael Baskerville, let's say he may come back for another year.
No, Michael, go to the league.
No, I'm serious. I think I read it somewhere. I could be wrong, but I think Damone was talking to him about coming back for another year and getting better.
A Baskerville linebacker? Mm-hmm. I thought it was a safety.
Nah, he's small though.
He's small.
Yeah, he lost a little weight too.
He can play though.
Man,
like dudes like Clark and like Dean and like Baskerville, like that's the like that like example of like the new linebacker.
That's the new linebacker.
The only way like Damone Clark is bigger than
bigger than him. But
he can run though.
But Damone Clark is more of like
move.
He can move. Yeah, he twitchy. He's real twitchy. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like this.
6'3", 220. 6'3", 240. About 6'3", 240, 4'5", 40.
And can move.
He can move. Yeah, he's very. He can twitch.
Yeah, like a deer, man. 85 Damone Clark's on your team. You win the national championship.
He is the hardest. He is the hardest playing LSU football player ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Tyrann Mathieu.
I'm talking about playing hard.
Tyrann ain't play hard to you?
I ain't say Tyrann didn't play hard.
You saying all season?
I think when he says that, I think more. See, I see more Tyron as being more instinctive.
Playmaker.
I don't think it was a question of his heart or how hard he played.
Yeah.
It's just more. He just knows. He just knows from the snap.
Yeah.
He knows what's about to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's more instinctive. Damone is gonna seek and destroy.
But
like
he a bull.
I just seen
like
as far as playing hard. Hey, look.
And Doug is a linebacker too, so he's gonna favor the linebackers. So
I'm a
DB, so I'm a favor the DBs.
I know, but I seen Damone Clark, bro, and I don't know too many linebackers. Yeah. If they throw a 9 route, we ain't chasing it down.
Devin White, I'm gonna name your LSU linebacker. Debo Jones, 4.340.
I watched them play. Now Devin White played hard and Debo Jones played hard. But I see this man, Damone Clark, on a consistent basis. Consistent basis, run down 15-yard dig routes, 9 routes. I kid you not.
But sometimes they do say he's out of position. That's why he's in a chase position.
Well, not on 9 routes. He ain't on out of position.
I'm just saying, man. I don't know. This gonna be a great debate, man. Shout out to you, Damone. Shout out to Damone. We talking about you, dog. They ain't talking about you. They ain't giving you the awards, man. We talking about. Matter of fact, come to the pod, man.
Yeah,
come to the pod, man. Matter of fact, we know you ain't do no NIL deals, man. Come get one from the pod, man. We got you.
Come on, man.
We got you, man.
I went to the Auburn game this year, and he was all over the field. I don't know. I believe he had somewhere in the neighborhood of close to 20 tackles that game.
Monster.
Right, and I was in the end zone where he stood up the right guard on a pull.
Right,
stood up the right guard, chased the running back to the edge, and just stood him, stoned him right there at the sideline.
That kid gonna play 10 years in the league, man. 10, 12 years in the league, man.
Yep.
Shout out to you, man.
Hey, I know, before we get out of here,
20 minutes.
You talking about the chill?
Yeah. It's real light right now.
Real light.
Hold on 1 second.
Family dinner, man.
Let's see.
Hey, man. What up, Jam? Good back there, man. I gotta get Jam on the mic, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out Jam,
man. If y'all have been watching the show, you know we have another the host, Montreal Beefy Thompson.
Beefy.
Let's see.
I heard social media was hating on you, huh? With your beefy thing, huh?
Yeah, they want.
I told you stop it when we was doing it. I told you. Dip sauce.
Nah, I guess Beefy don't want to answer the phone.
He don't answer, man. Man, busy, man.
Yeah,
busy. Busy.
Nah, man. What's good, man?
Shout out to Trail, man.
Shout out to Trail, man. Episode 22, fellas.
It's a good one, man.
Yes, sir.
It's a good one, man. I think it was the best one.
We out.
Peace.
All right, y'all. This has been the Evergreen Pod. We appreciate y'all watching and subscribing. Make sure y'all watch us on YouTube. Doug, tell them what's up.
Follow us on Instagram at evergreen_pod. Follow us on TikTok, evergreen_pod. And also our YouTube channel, the Evergreen Pod. Like, subscribe, and share.
It's free to follow. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Google Podcasts.
We'd like to shout out our producer Swag. We'd like to shout out our producer Jam. And EJ on the music, man. Appreciate y'all boys making us look good, making us sound good every week.
This is Evergreen Pod. We love y'all. Y'all done? Hey, man. You got to review the footage.
Congrats.
I
Kept your word, 20 minutes.
I was lying when I said 20 though.
Kept your word.
But then I said 20 minutes in. Well, y'all done?
Yeah, we done.
Y'all finished? Well, good.
We need a strong
Y'all finished good.
Hour 5. We was out of here.
How was the family Christmas?
Bro, I FaceTimed y'all, bro. I FaceTimed y'all to show y'all where I was, bro.
But you know, when you
We got an unaccounted like 45 minutes.
No, man.
Like you were supposed to be there 20 minutes after we got off the phone with you.
Bro.
And then there was a space of time.
Man, don't explain nothing to him, man.
The FaceTime video had no people in it.
Bro, it didn't show no inside the house.
That was a picture.
No.
I saw.
That's what you saw inside the house.
but I didn't see nobody in there.
You
Like the lights could have been on. I'm being serious. I didn't see nobody in there. I saw you when you put the phone. I saw when you turned the camera to the house.
No. The thing about it is,
You started off giving out too much information.
no.
That's what you started. You started with too much information.
It's Wednesday, December the 8th, and y'all got a family Christmas dinner.
Yeah, they do that every year.
On Wednesday.
Yeah. I'm in the woods now, bro.
Christmas the 25th, my friend.
Look, bro, look. Hold on. Look at the invitation, look.
What did it say, 2019? Hey, bro, hey, I get it. Hey, I get it. Hey, if you got, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But just, just let us know, bro. I get it, man. The secret is real empty tonight, bro.
When Swag posted on YouTube, let us know how we did.
I'm trying, bro. I know y'all did good.
I know you did good too, bro.
I'm trying,
Speaking of transfer portal, he goes to transfer portal. Any podcast is out there, hey, man.
Go home. How
long I gotta wait?
Hey, he's 6'2", 240. You know what I'm saying? Good with the mic, good with the tunes. You know what I'm saying? He got y'all. Transfer portal. Montreal Thompson.